by the Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party in UP. There are reports that the Grand Old Party of India is preparing to go solo in West Bengal as well. While the Congress lost their voter base in Uttar Pradesh and Bengal, the decision to enter the battle for elections 2019 without any coalition with other dominant anti-BJP parties raises big questions over the fate of the opposition. On the show, and to be discussing this further, I have joining us Pranav Jha from the Congress, Bhaskar Ghosh from the BJP, Dr. Manas Banerjee, who's a senior journalist and of course political editor for Sunmark Daily, and my colleague right here in the studio with me, who's a senior editor politics, Vivek Avasthi. But before we start this conversation, let's hear out the telephone chat with my colleague Sujitna Ray with the West Bengal Congress Committee President Somin Mitra that was recorded just a short while ago, and what he has to say about the road ahead for the Congress in the state. Listen in.
Congress is a national party, and we are a part of the national organization. If our central organization takes any decision, that I will have to abide by. But our decision to fight alone, the state Congress, legislative parties, and workers' sentiment is to fight alone in the election. BJP in our state, in West Bengal, is pampered by Trinamool Congress. Whenever they are going to raise the slogan of Hinduism, counter slogan is raised by the state party. So naturally, they are getting, but it is getting upper hand. They are being inspired, and people are also thinking the Trinamool Congress is fighting BJP to share the vote of the Congress. But I think people have started realizing they will give a good lesson to the BJP this time. We had an alliance with Trinamool Congress, but the problem is alliance with Trinamool Congress is ultimate result. They are decimating our party. Even in the last election, unnecessarily they took away 7-8 MLAs. So how can I depend on Trinamool Congress? Between the two left will not decimate us. The Trinamool will decimate us. That's the problem. We will assess our strength because for last 20 years, we couldn't assess our own strength. If we get the opportunity to fight alone in the 19 election, then we will be able to assess our strength. Where do we stand in Bengal?
All right, so that, of course, is the latest that we got from Somin Mitra, President, West Bengal Congress. But let's, in fact, go straight to the Congress. Pranav Jha, who's joining us away from the studios. Thank you for being a part of this conversation, Mr. Jha. Just the first question is, what is happening in terms of parties not really wanting to tie up with the Congress? What is your reaction to the latest developments?
Well, you heard the statement of our PCC president in West Bengal, and Congress president is on record, has been on record of late, saying that we are a national party. We would like to align in states wherever it is possible. Where it is not possible, where it is not required, we'll contest alone. The idea is to put together a front, put together an opposition which is together, which can take on the might. Might, when I say it's not public support, the might of advertising, might of, all those other things that they use in electioneering, that every piece, every inch of advertising space is bought, people are brought into rallies, such things are. That 5 years of their government has given them so much money in the hand that they can distort democracy or the electoral process, is what I'm saying. So you saw that in the last 5 elections, assembly elections just recently concluded, they were given a mandate, they were handed over a verdict. So they have learned, but they have just gotten up smarting, and they have the most aggressive plan of front. You see, the Prime Minister is flying every day, addressing rallies, cutting ribbons. But on the ground, if you ask what has happened, everybody realizes that there is nothing that has happened. But what are the issues? Issues is not about opposition versus government. Issues are issues which relate to people's problem. Its issues are like farmers' issue, job is a major problem, women's security is a major problem, the integrity of the government is a major problem. The decision that the government has taken away their credibility. Institutions like CBI and their decision related to has taken away the central belief in the government away from people. So you can clearly sense that it's a large rural country, and where people get affected by basic governance. So it has affected them, and they would like
Mr. Jha, I'm
to
going to take your
probably
point.
change
I
that.
take what you're saying seriously. I'm going to take your point and stop you right there, because I also want a quick reaction to the main question I'm asking you also, which is that there's this question of Congress and coalition in terms of how difficult it is for you to be able to fight against the NDA. So what's your reaction to that? I take your point in terms of what you're trying to say about the BJP and its alleged advertising, as well as the kind of public relations that it's had on the ground. But in terms of the key question, which is the tie-ups with the Congress, because we've already, of course, seen what's been happening in UP, what is your reaction in terms of why that's not happening easily?
You're asking me that, Fatima?
Yes, I'm asking you before I go to my other guests.
Yeah, yeah. As far as UP was concerned, as far as UP is concerned, I believe, you see, I like to remind you of three important elections, by-elections, rather parliamentary by-elections. What has happened is that when we were fighting Phulpur and the other election, Gorakhpur elections, the Congress had expected that we were talking with Samajwadi Party, and we expected that there'll be an alliance. We were in talk, and suddenly things broke without any reason, and then we found out that the SP and BSP have decided to unilaterally announce their candidate. Congress didn't have an option. So what is happening, and then the Kairana elections, what has happened is that the vote that BJP got in the earlier by-election got increased when they fought this next election later on, right? So what I'm hinting at, that probably they realize that Congress needs to fight alone so that they can cut the national vote which otherwise would transfer to BJP. So it's I don't know, I haven't spoken to them, I haven't heard it from them, but as much as I understand politics, is that they probably realize they have taken a conscious decision that national parties should be left to fight the national battle, and the two regional parties have gotten together. However, the point that we need to understand, and I underline, is that every vote that goes to BSP and SP's kitty, every seat that the SP and BSP win is a vote or a seat against BJP, and it's a seat for opposition. And what is the opposition targeting at the moment?
Mr. Jha,
It's unseating the
back to
BJP
West
duo.
Bengal. My central my central question was actually about unity as opposition in terms of coalition. Just before I go to my other guests, quickly I want a reaction from the BJP here, because what we're talking about is, you know, how are you seeing the latest developments? How do you actually see the entire sort of dynamics coming together, and what are you looking like? What are you feeling in terms of how the NDA will be performing?
Well, Fatima, thank you very much for inviting in the studio the first day. And I was just hearing what Mr. Pranab Jha was talking. I think today's discussion is based on Bengal, but he was talking about UP, he was talking about others. Perhaps the reason is that he has nothing to talk about Bengal. Now in Bengal, there is a very funny captions for Congress that they have written in their board, in their signboard, that we have no branches. That's what Congress has written in the board of West Bengal Congress, that we have no branches. Today, Mr. Pranab Jha Perhaps he's talking about UP because he has nothing to say about Bengal. What is happening in Bengal to Congress today? If you go to the by-election of South Kontai, the Congress has got 2,000 votes and they have to lose their deposits. Whereas BJP has second largest, has immensely gained in 52,843 number of votes. And the recent election, by-election in Howrah, Ulberia, the BJP has gained 100%. Over there, Congress has slid down to number 4. If you see the records right from the Vidhan Sabha elections 2016 and the Lok Sabha 2014, the placement of Congress either with the communist or non-communist is horrible. Today, if you see the entire Bengal, the Congress in any of the election, may it as councillor election, by election, even by the most powerful magnified glass equipments, you cannot see Congress anywhere else. Today, they has lost their relevancy as Bengal is concerned. Now, what is happening in the national scenario, in the national panorama? Congress is claiming they are national party, but they are not a national party, they have a national presence today. And all their so-called UP alliance are leaving them. See in UP, their alliance for last so many years, they have deserted them. And now, what to Congress to do? They have to declare themselves a self-styled national party with 80 seats fighting.
Allies problem is everywhere. Allies are leaving you as well.
No, I'm talking about, see, I'm talking about in Bengal perspective. Today, Congress went with Communist Party. Now, Communist Party left them. After 2016 election, they have left. Now, nobody is trying to patch up with Congress because nobody wants to be in the sinking ship. Now, left has left. First, TMC was Congress. You know, TMC and Congress was there in the last Vidhan Sabha election, but TMC in between has left them. So, Congress is now facing an identity crisis.
Okay.
Pan-Bengal and vis-a-vis Pan-India.
Okay, I take that point. I want to very quickly look at the actual numbers in terms of how they stack up. Let's talk about, what we're looking at possibilities. And then, Vivek, of course, you must also come up with the realities that both parties have faced when it comes to allies. Yeah.
What is actually, there are 4 factors depending in West Bengal. Number 1 is there are 4 major parties. Number 1, Trinamool Congress. Number 2, BJP. Number 3, Congress. Number 4, CPM or Left Front. Now, actually, what happened that very recently I talked to Rahul Gandhi ji a few days back. Rahul Gandhi told me that we are going in West Bengal, we are going alone. We will not tie up with anybody else. But talks are going on with the Left Front parties. Talks are going on. Now, then, Trinamool will fight all the seats, 42 seats, and BJP will also fight all the seats, 42 seats. Now, if Congress is left out or CPM is left out, then if there is no tie-up between all the parties, benefit will go to BJP. I'm telling you, BJP, the Kailash Vijayavargi told me a few days back, if they are having tie-up with the Left Front Congress, even then will be benefited, Muslim votes will be divided. They are trying to polarize the whole situation in West Bengal. Already it has been. Coach Bihar, in Coach Bihar, BJP tried to bring out the Rath Yatra. Don't mind, I'm not a BJP supporter. I'm telling you, what is happening and the reality I'm telling you. They tried to bring out 3 Rath Yatras from West Bengal. That has been stopped by court. And again, it has been stayed, Mamata Banerjee has got the stay order from the higher authority in High Court. That has been stopped. Mamata was actually very much afraid of that. If BJP brings out the Rath Yatras, it will come from Kagdip. It will come from Kagdip, Bardhaman and Coach Bihar, 3 front. There are a number of Muslim areas also there. The Rath Yatra will go and if it will create communal tension. Even if somebody throws a stone, that will create a havoc. The BJP will polarize, they are throwing stones at our movement and Rath Yatra. That is the point. Anyway, BJP has gained power. But another thing I am telling you, BJP is gaining ground, but Congress nowadays is gaining ground maximum. After winning all the 3 states, bigger states, their morale has been very much increased. Congress people has got some strength, and now the latest the Dharmtala, they brought, Swamin Mitra brought a rally. It has got A huge crowd were there. They got a
But
moral.
crowds, don't necessarily
No,
convert
they
into
got a
votes.
moral. They got a moral for only for three states. So now the situation is, if the Congress and left comes out, situation may change, but Trinamool has intact votes. Muslim votes are there with Trinamool Congress. Muslim votes are there, intact. Now BJP is trying to polarize, that they will not get any Muslim vote. Polarize it. In between Congress has come. Congress is fighting it alone, CPM will fight it alone. But they try, till discussion is going on.
Sure. Okay, I'm going to ask you to hold that point because we have to take a short break. We've got our views on the ground. Vivek, of course, is going to come in terms of what he's got in terms of his observations and also what he's hearing from sources. We're taking a very short break and continuing this conversation on the other side. Back in just a few moments right here on The Big Story.
It's a call you don't want to miss. The stock you want to trade. What does the chart hold for you? Today's bets. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Only on Business Television India.
Most smokers know about smoker's cough, the body's way of telling you something's wrong. But a persistent cough for 2 weeks or more may be a sign of something more serious. A cough, if left untreated, can lead to TB. Smokers have an increased risk of TB and of dying from it. Others exposed to your smoke also share these risks. Every beady cigarette brings you and those around you closer to TB.
तुम्हारे पापा ने मना कर दिया तो?
इंस्पेक्टर है, हिटलर थोड़ी ना है मेरे पापा। 1-2 घंटे बिठा कर तुम्हारा टेस्ट लेंगे, फिर हाँ बोल देंगे।
टेस्ट? कैसा टेस्ट?
हाँ तो यंग मैन, क्या नाम बताया?
रवि कुमार।
जो भी है, कहाँ तक पढ़े हो?
जी मैं।
क्या करते हो?
आजकल तुम।
ड्रग्स तो नहीं करते?
नहीं।
और अपू से पहले कितनी गर्लफ्रेंड्स थी?
जी वो।
वैसे तुम्हारा HIV स्टेटस क्या है?
हाँ जी बोलो। HIV के लक्षण दिखने में कई साल लग सकते हैं। अगर आपने कभी भी असुरक्षित यौन संबंध रखा हो या संक्रमित सुई का इस्तेमाल किया हो तो नजदीकी ICTC क्लिनिक में HIV की जांच जरूर करवाएं। फिर प्यार का हर इम्तिहान समझो पास।
सरकारी अस्पताल में HIV की जांच और इलाज गुप्त और मुफ्त।
HIV से बचाओ, लाइफ का असली इम्तिहान।
You're still watching The Big Story right here on Business Television India. Today we are in fact discussing and analyzing further reports that the Congress is of course going to be perhaps going solo in West Bengal as well. Just earlier we were talking to both the BJP and the Congress in terms of what the latest implications mean, especially when it comes to opposition unity, so as such when it comes to fighting on the in the state. But Vivek, I want to bring this over to you. You, I can see, have some figures as well as statistics. What is it that they're telling you? What are the latest developments really giving you in terms of how the picture is going to be looking going forward?
Well, Fatima, I'll tell you some 2-3 points in it. Number one, 1977 was the time when Congress had its last CM, Siddharth Ray, as the Chief Minister of West Bengal. And from that point in time, Congress has started fading in the state.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, if you talk of 2014 general elections, 42 seats in West Bengal, strong Modi wave, but Mamta managed to win 34 seats, also 42. Congress got 4, BJP got 2, CPM got 2. At the same time, I would like to say that BJP has made its inroads, started making its inroads into West Bengal. And if you see TMC's strength, it is going up day by day. 2006, it had 30 seats in the assembly. 2011, 184. 2016, 211. So it is going up by the day. And if you remember, the last time when MK Stalin, the president of DMK, said that Rahul Gandhi could be the next Prime Minister in 2019, who was the first leader to come up and rebuke it? It was Mamta Banerjee.
Yeah.
She said, no, it is not advisable for us to assume or take any name as Prime Minister before elections are over. So that time she made it very clear that she is not interested in any truck, any coalition whatsoever with the Congress in the state. So now what Congress has left in hand? Going solo or siding with the left. So I think that it would be better for the Congress party to go solo, because it acts on the morale of your party, of your leaders. You contest all 42 seats. You've not got much to lose. You've got just 4 seats over there. A plus of 2, 3, 4, or a 1 seat or 2 seats would also mean something good to your morale of the party.
Okay.
But going with someone, giving half the seats to someone, not contesting half the state,
Sure.
would mean, very bad for the morale of the party and the workers.
Okay.
So that is the point, I think, over here, that the party is willing to go solo in West Bengal this time.
Sure. So sorry, Dr. Banerjee, you have something to say about what the the maths of this is going to mean, and then I'm going to take it to Pranav Jha, who's waiting.
Earlier, actually, I'm telling you, earlier Mamata Banerjee came to Delhi. She met Sonia Gandhi ji, she met Rahul Gandhi, and all the 3 days discussion was going on. There was a Mahagathbandhan. You know, the Mahagathbandhan was there. Everything was ready. She was in the forefront. Ultimately, when Rahul, after winning all the major 3 states, when the question arises, Rahul Gandhi should be the next Prime Minister, Rahul also admitted that I may become the Prime Minister. Yes. Then it hurted Mamata Banerjee. It hurt Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee, what she did actually, she thought that if I go and tie up with Congress, then if Congress gets much more seats, then Rahul Gandhi will become the Prime Minister. Now in West Bengal, on the 21st anniversary of the Trinamool Congress Foundation Day, lakhs of people, there is Mamata is the next Prime Minister of the country. That's why Mamata is.
Well, I would like to.
She is dreaming for Prime Minister. I'm telling you, please, 1 minute. She is dreaming for Prime Minister. There is a clash of this Prime Ministership in between the Mahagathbandhan. Mahagathbandhan will be a damn failure.
I agree with you on that point, but I don't think that Mamata Banerjee would ever be leaving the state of West Bengal, because she doesn't have a very sound second or third line. She won't be able to leave the state for sure. But she could also at the same time, bargain for some better ministries in the center. She won't go there as a Prime Minister. She could be a kingmaker, but not the Queen.
I have 11 questions to Mr. Banerjee. You are the political analyst over here. See what is happening in Karnataka. Mamata Banerjee has given a prescription that the parties who are stronger in their respective state should go for the leading role, and the party who are not, one to one, right? Now, that was applicable in Karnataka, and somehow they have got some result. Coming back to Bengal, when it is a Congress, the Congress is not leaving the ground for Mamata. What Congress is doing, if Mamata is not aligning with the Congress is going for 80 seats contesting. Now, that is the clear rift of Mahagathbandhan or Mahaladbandhan, I say. That is the point.
Sure.
Mamata is giving a prescription out of her own state. Congress is to accept it.
Okay, very quickly.
And now it is own state. When Mamata have to act on one-to-one, then she is leaving Congress, and she is telling, because the reason is Mamata's own party man has declared that Mamata is going to be the Prime Ministerial candidate.
Okay.
Now, this is the rift, and that is why I say it is not a Mahagathbandhan, it is Mahaladbandhan.
Okay, 1 second.
I mean,
very
it
quickly.
is all opportunistic.
I take your point. We have a minute left on the show. It's only fair for us to take this to Pranav Jha, who's waiting from the Congress. You've seen what the BJP has to say. Bhaskar Ghosh is basically saying that these are unfortunately the realities that the Congress has to face when it comes to state-level politics. Your quick take on that.
I heard, first I would like to clarify on record that Rahul Gandhi has never said that he will want to become the Prime Minister. That's a lie that's being perpetuated by BJP people. He's, in fact, when pointedly he asked in the press conferences a couple of times, he said that it's not the time, that's not the priority. After the elections, when the numbers come, who gets what, then that question is decided. And anyway, it is never the priority for the Congress. I second that by reminding you of Akhileshji's statement yesterday in the press conference that who will become Chief Minister. He's not named who will become the Chief Minister, and hinted perhaps what Mr. Bhaskarji Ghosh could do is tip you and us and the viewers who are watching this show that what is happening is that suddenly you have raids in UP, where in relation to sand mining raids. You are having raids, you had raids in Sarda and Narda case in West Bengal. What is happening perhaps is exactly the plan that BJP probably rolled out.
West Bengal. Please don't get digressed from the main subject.
What is happening, what BJP wanted. What is happening, what Mr. Ghosh has been wanting secretly.
We want answer of that, Mr. Jha.
So what we see on the ground is what BJP ideally wanted. So is there some kind of play? As far as Congress is concerned, it is on a rebound. What he's saying, what the gentleman from the press, Sanmag editor said, is that it's true that the workers want us to go on the ground, go full-fledged, go fight with our issues, because people are waiting for something new. People like the Congress, people like the new Congress. They are tired of this government. They are tired of playing on the back foot. They like a leader who's honest, who can take on the corrupt government, who can take on the Prime Minister. That is going to be the narrative of the election.
Okay.
Different decision than your own
Gentlemen,
Congress.
I'm going to bring it back to the studio. Vivek, the larger question for us was over the fate of the opposition.
Yeah.
What is it that we're finally seeing here?
Actually, this is time of, elections around the corner, claims and counterclaims by both our friends from the BJP as well as the Congress. But only the results of 2019 will tell who stands what, where, who gets what, and who gets in the picture of the central politics of the country. So it is too early, too premature. And as it is, allegations and counter-allegations happen to be the fashion of the day for both the Congress and the BJP. So let's wait for 2019.
No, Mr. Awasthi, here I want to make one point. We have got a specific name as a Prime Minister candidate. We are going to take the mandate 2019 with Mr. Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister candidate.
Agreed.
We have no doubt on that.
Agreed.
Now we want to know, this all Mahagathbandhan or whatever you say, who will be their Prime Minister candidate? First let them decide. Because their policy has been hugely different or hugely varied.
I think we should
Hugely
give them time.
I think we should bring it back into the
from state to state. Karnataka we have got a different policy. Bengal there is no policy. So let them declare who is the Prime Minister.
They will decide.
Gentlemen, I'm going to close this over here. I think the main conversation here really has been about what is it that we're going to be looking at in terms of the realities of how it all plays out on the ground. We'll continue this conversation, of course, right here on Business Television India going forward. But thank you for having watched The Big Story this evening. Programming continues right here on BTVI.
अरे क्या हुआ चाचा, आज काम करते हुए गाना नहीं गुनगुना रहे हैं आप?
क्या गाएं क्या गुनगुनाएं भैया।